guys, Absent-Minded Gamer here. Hey, today we're going to take a look at Taog's new Bell UH-1 Iroquois helicopter for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And let me tell you, this does not disappoint. This is an excellent add-on. If you like the HUEY, love the HUEY like I do. If I had to pick two helicopters out of our history, the Chinook and the HUEY are my two favorite choppers of all time. So let's just kind of delve in here and take a look at the chopper itself. We're going to talk a little bit about its history. The HUEY was actually first flown in 1956. It had its first flight in October of 1956 and was actually produced until 1987. And there are still HUEYs in operation today, in service today. I mean, this is a true American workhorse. And when you've heard one of these, you'll never forget it. It's just a incredibly awesome sounding helicopter. So over its operational history, Bell built 7 different variants of the HUEY helicopter, and the UH-1, and then the UH-1N twin HUEY, the Bell 204, 205, the 212, 214, and ultimately the Bell 412. Taog's add-on package comes with the Bell UH-1 and the Bell 205A1B. The chopper itself, depending on which one you're looking at, typically had a crew of 3, especially during when it operated in Vietnam, and it was also used to carry troops. The HUEY could actually carry up to 11 to 14 troops, along with a crew chief. They could carry 6 stretchers and 1 medic. So you could pile quite a bit into this thing. As you can see here, I've got the added in soldiers, crew chief, but we're going to talk about the engines a little bit here. I've got the engine covers removed from the chopper. The helicopters were equipped with one Lycoming T53 L13 turboshaft engine. The chopper itself had a service ceiling of 12,600 feet, had a range of 318 miles that was with max fuel, and of course depending on what you're carrying in the chopper. It also had a rate of climb of 1,600 feet a minute. So let's check out the engine here. I like that you can open the engine compartment and take a look. All right. So that is, oh, somebody turned a light on. So that is the engine compartment. The external model is excellent. There's all sorts of little extra features that you can add or remove. One of them being the wire cutters. You can change the different type of skids. And we'll go over that here in a second. But the texturing is excellent as well. And it is a lot of fun to fly. I've spent as much time as I could with it since I got it, and It is probably one of my more favorite helicopters to fly in Flight Simulator. And the one thing to remember when you're flying these things, little movement, not big movement. And I, I, I've gotten a lot better at flying these things. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the cockpit, shall we? All right, so here we are sitting on the tarmac at Dec Siang Airfield in Vietnam. And I thought it would be apropos to put the chopper here as we take a look at it. Now, at the heart of the helicopter, you have this tablet. Let's zoom in here. Here's where you can change things. On the exterior options, you can include the wire cutters, the APR 139 antenna, VHF antenna, and so on and so forth. So if you click these and remove them, you can add the winch if you want it. I don't have the winch set up right now on here. This is where you open the left and right engine compartments. Infrared suppressor, HF antenna. You can remove the doors. There. Yep. And then your rear doors, you can remove them or add them as well. You can hide the crew in the outside view. I don't know why I would do that. Pilot door visible, same thing. And then you can hide the rotor wash if it slows you down any, and the heat blur effects. Then you go to this page, and you have your interior options, which give you the VRS. You can disable the VRS. Add a tablet GPS. Switch the panel to a modern avionics panel. I have not flown it like this yet. You can add a cabin decoration. That seems to be the only cabin decoration available. If I remember reading right, there was a reason for these cabin decorations. And then you can switch here to remove the crew. Transport troops, you can add them. You can switch it over to a medical cabin. So if we do that, it takes the troops away. And we have stretchers now. And then you can remove the armored plates on the seats. If you look at them, there's the armored plates. And then click on it again, and they're gone. So you would probably use that for your civilian choppers more than you would military operation. The helicopter will also damage itself. So you can actually click this to disable the damage to the helicopter if you're not really sure about how to start it, fly it, and whatnot. So that is it for the tablet. It's pretty straightforward. You just click there, it goes back into its little space down there. So then you got the overhead. And again, all this, the lighting, the start, everything is up here. And everything does seem to work. There's your dome lights, pitot heat. The only thing that doesn't is the fuses. And the one thing that kind of surprised me was the checklists. I really like when you click on something here and you click the little eye and it shows you where it's at. that doesn't do anything with this helicopter. Hopefully it's something they can do in the future, but if not, you just need to learn where everything is in the cockpit. You guys tired of waiting yet? And then you got up here, you got your rotor brake, your fans. But this really puts you at the controls of a HUEY. Now, sound effects. There's your warning and alarms. So that's all modeled. I just flipped on the power and probably messed something up. But here's your GPS. And then if we were to use modern avionics panel, that's what it would look like. So pretty straightforward there, huh? All right, let's fire this thing up and we'll listen to her roar. Alright, well, I switched out to a different livery. In total, with this package, there are 20 different liveries for the UH-1H and 7 liveries for the 205 with high skids, and then 14 liveries for the 205. You also have the heat blur, which is kind of cool, coming off that engine. Also change these. If you want to remove these, you can remove these also in steps. Something else we didn't really take a look at was the cabin. Love the attention to detail here. There's the manuals. Alright, so we're going to just go for a short little flight here. Now I know I've got something set wrong. My master caution light's on, and I haven't been able to figure that out yet. over 7,000 of these choppers built during its operational history, and it's amazing that they're still going. Like flying helicopters, get this helicopter, man. It's well worth the price. Anybody that's seen the movie We Were Soldiers, I love the opening scene when they introduced the HUEY, and it's a great piece of cinema there, and it really exemplifies what this helicopter means and what it stood for. We're going to need to move on. I want to show you some of the other liveries, the 205. Okay, let's show you the liveries. This would be for the UH-1H. That was the 17th Cavalry, 101st Airborne Division that we were flying. I think the first one was the U.S. Army Shark. Really good selection of liveries here. And then we're going to go to the 205. And here are the 205 liveries. This would be the 205A1B. I like the law enforcement liveries. They're kind of fun to fly. And the search and rescue stuff's fun too. Alright, and then here's the 205 with the HeliQuest high skids. Alright, so here we are in Snohomish County. This would be the Snohomish County Sheriff's Department. I like that the crew actually looks different in the helicopters. They're not wearing military fatigues. Cockpit is a little different. And again, you can go in and take the tablet. Well, let's modernize this. This takes away all the the wire cutters and whatnot. So what we want to do with this one is go to here. We want tablet GPS and modern avionics. Just like that. She's ready to go. Now, I would really like it if they would incorporate the checklist thing where it's a little eyeball where you click it and it shows you where everything's at. It'll just take a little learning, and I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually. Flying the helicopter it's easier than I thought, but you have to manage its flight, so you're constantly making adjustments and whatnot to the controls. Other thing that I would really like, and I'm not really sure how to do it, so if there's somebody out there that knows how to do this, I would really like to know, is how to bind the throttle to a controller of some kind. I've tried different accesses on my throttle unit that I have. I have the X56 control stick and throttle. And I can't find anything that will manipulate that throttle. I don't know if I'm just daft and I'm not seeing it, but look at those strange trees down there. I'm noticing a lot of those pillars all of a sudden after the last updates. Looks like supposed to be trees, but I don't know. I've cleared out my community folder and they're still there, so I put everything back and they're still there. But anyhow, that is going to be the Bell UH-1 from Taog. Marvelous add-on. I totally love flying this helicopter. Love the sound. I love the way it flies. It's a challenge to learn, and it's just an all-around good time. So if you're in the mood for a really good helicopter, this one is for you. As you can see, I have a hard enough time keeping it straight and level, but I'm learning. I just wanted to show off the helicopter. So I'm sure there's a lot of things that I could do differently that I should be doing correctly, and I'm not. But here we are in the middle of Snohomish County, flying the Bell 205. I look forward to the next one. I want to thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.